Well, let's head now to London. The royals have all gathered at Sandringham for their annual Christmas Day break. Joining me is royal biographer Angela Levin. Angela, thanks for your time. Merry Christmas, by the way. Thanks for joining me. The King appeared in pretty good spirits yesterday, I've got to say, despite his health challenges.
Yes, he was. And we were all very, very pleased to see that he was bright and positive. One of the things that he liked very much was that he broke a small rule in the royal family and had his Christmas talk in a former Middlesex hospital church. He thought it was so marvellous and beautiful, which indeed it was, that he felt, I'm sure, that it took a relief of whose photographs were going to be seen on the table. If you remember, the late Queen Elizabeth would also always have the family on the table, and if she was a bit cross with anyone, they were not on when she did her talk. So here, nobody can complain about not being there because there was no place for a table. I was astonished that he stood up for the whole 15 minutes, but he obviously wanted to do that. I thought he was very caring, as he usually is. He talked about the people who were D-Day anniversary, the 80th D-Day anniversary, which was his first trip abroad after his cancer. And he said, you know, what they went through is nothing what we're going through, which was, I thought, very brave, because I'm sure it was difficult for him. He thanked doctors, he thanked nurses. He was very much aware of people who had helped him and knew very much, again, how desperate that time was. He didn't actually mention Princess Catherine, who also had cancer, but he referred to thanking the doctors for understanding what he and his family went through. It was all very subtle. Some people have made complaints about him because this country, our poor country, is going downhill very fast, and he was very upbeat. And I thought that was quite good. And remember the Queen being very upbeat when COVID was there. We all thought this is the end. We had to stay in forever. And she said, come on, it'll get better. He was doing a similar thing. And I think there was just the people who don't like the monarchy, not my king, they call themselves. And I don't think anybody was against him. And one of the absolute proofs about that is when the family went to church the next morning, they'd never known such crowds. There was 10, 15 people deep. And when people were asked, they said, he's been so amazing. We want to thank him. So it makes me quite emotional, really. And the same for Catherine. And I know when Catherine was there, she was talking to somebody, and a woman sort of leant out to talk to her and said, you know, I've worked in the cancer places, and I want to say that you have helped everybody else be strong.
There's certainly a lot of affection for the royals. You mentioned Kate. Just quickly, how is she doing? Obviously, there's a lot of interest in her health.
Yes, I think she's doing remarkably well. I mean, if you look at her face and everything, take away the makeup in your mind, then she is much better. She's got more energy. She is much more involved with the children. I think when she was out with them, her husband would actually take care of them a bit more. But here she's shaking loads of hands and smiling and feeling, moving very easily. And I think she's very careful. What's wonderful about her is she's really tried to balance her life. She wants to still be work as a royal, senior royal, as much as she can, but she also wants to look after her family and be a good mother, and knows how difficult it was for them.